Lawmakers are heading home for the holidays, with many frustrated about what Congress did not accomplish.
Yeah, those raising concerns say 2023 was chaotic and unproductive and sets up a challenging agenda for the year ahead. Washington, D.C. correspondent Brandt digs into why.
In a year where fighting in Congress seemed nonstop, there is one thing leaders of both parties agree on.
We saw a year marked by chaos, extremism, and paralysis.
I'm not very happy with how productive the Senate has been this year.
House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries says Republicans are to blame, accusing them of wasting time with contentious battles over selecting a speaker, censuring fellow lawmakers, and an impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
We've seen repeated efforts by MAGA extremists to jam their right-wing ideology down the throats of the American people.
And because Congress failed to reach deals on several big priorities, Senator Mark Warner says they're left with an agenda packed full of tough issues for 2024.
We go into next year with not only the challenges around, the Ukraine and border and Israel and humanitarian aid funding, but also not one, but two potential budget disasters.
Congress is set to come back the second week in January, which will give them just days to pass a funding package to avoid a government shutdown.
Without bipartisanship, we will not get anything.
Back the second week in January, which will give them just days to pass a funding package to
not one, but two potential budget disasters.
Congress is set to come back the second week in January, which will give them just days to pass a funding package to avoid a government shutdown.
Without bipartisanship, we will not get anything done.
Senate Leader Chuck Schumer is urging House Speaker Mike Johnson to work with Democrats.
Embracing the hard right philosophy is a path to nowhere.
And Senator Mitch McConnell says the sooner the parties can reach a budget compromise, the better.
We need to reach an agreement on the top line and get about getting an outcome as soon as possible.
In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.